Hey guys, Dynasty Warrior 6 here, not with a game finds video. Me and Jason are working on a really decent game finds. We have a Craigslist deal coming up here soonish, and we have a couple deals from our local game stores. So I thought, and I had mentioned this in one video or talked about it, that I was going to do a review on one of my favorite game series ever, and it's the Megaman Legends series. I got 1 and 2 right here. Now, I don't have Misadventures of Tron Bonne. I am looking for that one, but I know it is exceptionally rare. So, anyways, I'm going to talk about the goods on these games, and specifically what I thought was the faults of the second game and the continuation of the series. Okay, the first and the second game, they had the same basic play style, they had the same basic stuff. Now, the first game had a lot of cutscenes, a lot of voice acting, a lot of great dialogue. It was very funny, and it was really well done. It was not like polished well done, but really well done in the sense that you could tell they thought about how this game was going to flow, the amount of side quests you could do, and stuff like that. Now, with Mega Man Legends 2, a lot of people, this game's rare, so it's like, just because it's rare doesn't mean it's very good. Sometimes rare does not equate to very good. It's rare in our area, and it's good, but it's not as good. I personally believe, now this is personal opinion, that is not as good as the first game. The second game lacks in length. Like, you could beat this game in basically like a day or two. Like, if you just sat down and just kept playing it throughout, just kept going at it and playing at it hard, you could finish this game in basically a day. This game, and this is with all the cutscenes too. You could finish this game in a day. If you watched all the cutscenes and did everything, you could finish it like in a day or two. This game I could see this lasting you 3 or 4 days. So there's, if you really went at it, but if you really went at this game, you could probably beat it in a day too. But you're going to have to but if you do all the side quests and all the side missions, like the side quests and side missions don't take that long in this game. The amount of stuff you can investigate and go into and walk around in, this game is way more open than Mega Man Legends 1. Mega Man Legends 2 has that feeling, but it seems also confined. You're stuck to your flutter and these like four or five islands you go to visit. And that's it. That's all you have. So you have the 4 or 5 islands and the one big ship, and that's it. But in this game, it's like the whole island, and you investigate all these different ruins, you go on a boat, you fly the flutter, you do all these things in this one game, and this is kind of like a letdown. You go find these 4 keys, and you are fighting against, pirates a little bit, and you're fighting against, I don't want to spoil it too much, but you fight against another machine at the end of the game, and it seems like it's just kind of a letdown. So, personal opinion on Mega Man Legends 2 is that, honestly, I could have easily seen this as a handheld game. Funny enough, that's why I think Mega Man Legends 3 was going to be a handheld game. Because if you play Mega Man Legends 2 and you look at it through an honest eye, like a real honest opinion of an eye, that's saying what makes this game good and why is this on a console, now I understand why it's on a console. The technology at the time would not allow it to be on a handheld. But now you look at it and you're like, this would be on PSP or 3DS. Or, yeah, it would probably be on 3DS. This kind of game. This game would maybe still make it to the console. This one would not. This would not make it to console. It would be handheld only. So it's kind of like the sad thing is like this game, you could tell, was somewhat rushed. Was somewhat not given. It felt like the game was rushed, but there was no structure. The side quests are kind of dumb. You have to get your licenses to go into the side quest ruins, which is kind of crummy because I don't remember that really too much in the Mega Man Legends. Like, you go in almost any ruin and just investigate like crazy as much as you want and kill robots and collect money as much as you like. Most boss battles are rather annoying. They're just like, they're really predictable most of the time, and it's just not it's just not really fun. You could say the same for this, but this had a lot of Reaver bots. This had a lot of enemy units. This had a lot of stuff. And it just had a lot of side quest stuff, I noticed, So, I love Mega Man Legends. I love this game, and I finally got to play Mega Man Legends 2 like I've always wanted to, and I gotta say I was disappointed. It was, sadly, not as good as the first. Would I still recommend you play the second game if you played the first game? Yes. Would I recommend you spend what I spent on it? No, I spent like $92 to get this one game. So I wouldn't recommend that almost, because it's almost not worth that amount of money unless you're a super, and I mean mega hardcore Mega Man fan. Like if you love Mega Man games and you want to play every single one of them, then more power to you. Then definitely, go for it. And if you have to pay the full price for it, pay the full price for it because you're a Mega Man guy. But if you're not, look for a deal. This game is not as good as I thought it was going to be. And I had high expectations from the first one. That's why I was like, oh my gosh, I got the second one, now I can play it. And I played it and I was getting into it and I was just like, man, this game is not as good. Man, I'm bored with this. Like, man, there's just not a lot going on. So, that's it. If you ever get the chance to play this game, try it out. Don't spend too much money if you can avoid it. Unless you're really hardcore collecting PS1 games and you need this one in your collection and you have no other choice, then do it. But my personal opinion is Mega Man Legends 2 was a letdown. Mega Man Legends 1 was a lot better, personally. If you get a chance, try them out, see what you think, see if your opinion is the same. If it's not, hey, that's, then you got a different opinion, which is normal. So, I appreciate you guys tuning in. We will have a game finds hopefully this weekend coming up. I got some good games being sent to the Tiger store I usually go to. I got like 3 or 2 bundles going to each from 2 different game stores going to this one game store I always buy from. So that's gonna be really cool. Some very awesome games are coming in from there. We may have a Craigslist deal this weekend as well with the one guy that we purchased from before. Hopefully that works out well. I'm hoping the guy, he's got the games, but I'm hoping he might work on the pricing a little bit. I know he's a little set in stone, so we'll see what happens though. So I appreciate you guys tuning in, and I'll definitely see you guys later in the week.